You're listening to the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network. The views and opinions expressed on this episode are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, or philosophies of the PFC Entertainment Network or any of the affiliates that make this show possible. This show has also been rated M for mature audiences only. This is Creepy Soup on the PFC Entertainment Network.
Of Creepy Soup. I am Jill.
I am Jenny.
Welcome. How are you?
Peachy.
Speaking of peachy, merch. We got smerch.
We got merch. We got peachy merch.
Yes. And that is pfcstore.printify.me. And give me a second, and the back to school one. Now, again, I was listening to Take a Guess.
Why did I just draw blank? Oh, it has been a long night, okay?
I was listening to Power Tripping Through the 80s, of course.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it's a problem. I love the show. I love their banter. And lately we are brought up in every episode, and I love it. And look, I do the same because I love that show.
That's awesome.
But Jason does mention that he thinks he has figured out a way to get each show their own Printify store instead of like
cool.
going through and finding, which, I mean, I like looking through all this stuff, but at the same time, it'd be kind of cool just, to put on our page to send people, here you go.
Right.
But, then again, hopefully looking through their merch and seeing the names and stuff of the other shows, maybe it'll catch the interest of one of our current listeners. And
to be fair, I did give a teaser to a few ladies in my beauty group on what this week's topic is. I only told her the name of it, and then I didn't tell her anything else.
There's nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing wrong with a woman being a tease. Let's just say that.
To be fair, she teases us all the time, and she teased us for the first fucking half of July with her new palette and bundle box. Mine's not here yet. I'm sad.
I know. I keep thinking I gotta put in my order.
Yeah.
And this is a good week for me to do it because I have overtime on this paycheck. So, like with some of the back to school stuff, oh my God, yeah.
Okay, so you need to order some back to school stuff, and you need to go over to Lizette's Beauty World and get some of the makeup stuff.
Yeah, we have, like as far as the merch, like I said, there's a backpack, there is a laptop sleeve cover thing, there are spiral notebooks.
I don't know if he gets a laptop this year or not.
Something to keep in mind if he does.
Yes.
I mean, I want the backpack for myself. But at the same time, like the backpack I wear that I take to work is cool because it's the Ouija board.
Yours is the Ouija board. Mine. Oh, you can't really see it. Is the
Ooh,
moon.
that's fucking cool.
Yep. It's got the eye in the middle and all that good stuff. So,
Yeah.
however, I did order myself a smaller crossbody bag with a sun moon design on it. Can't wait to get that.
Yeah, I have. You know what? I gotta
Because I don't need to take
stop.
that to Walmart.
Yeah, I gotta. I will say. I've got a bag problem. I've had a couple of bags, backpacks, crossbodies, like the bigger crossbodies that you can put a lot of shit in. That I've had a lot, but I'm gonna tell you, Rachel has a fucking bag problem and a lunch bag problem because it seems like every couple months she's got a different lunch bag. She's got a different backpack. She switches out. I mean, she will switch out her backpacks and go back and forth through this and that. But that girl has a bag problem, like she does. Rachel, I don't mean to call you out on that, but you do.
Well, I mean, we all got something.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how many shirts you got? How many coffee cups you got? You're welcome, Rachel.
Okay, so anyway, the back to school thing, it's a Printify pop-up. It's PFC backtoschool.printify.me. So I will try to remember to link those. And again, Jason uploads our episodes to Spotify. And I believe I'm gonna burp. Sorry.
Yeah.
I believe on
Well, that was delayed.
okay on the our latest episode, he does have the regular PFC store. He
Okay.
does have that linked in the show notes, but I will do my best to link both in the show notes over on YouTube because I still do that.
Welcome.
Anything cool coming up for you?
No, I'm lame. I know.
Okay, so
I'm just trying not to hurt people.
well, I mean, we all do that, and I think we should all get an award for every day that we don't hurt a people.
I definitely got one today. Several.
Yeah, so we have been getting in advance our Saturday schedule. So I know like what Saturdays and everything we have off. Well, we get what it's called an ANS alert. And sometimes it says like overtime for like bank buildup or whatever, like people coming in early on Sunday, whatever, has been canceled. So a lot of times I get the call, it doesn't necessarily mean it's for me. So it comes on, like I get the call, I think it was Tuesday. I'm grabbing all my stuff to leave for work and it rings. And then I'm like, yes, please cancel Saturday. And then it says that they retimed our day off. So third shift and second shift was supposed to work Saturday. So it would have been tomorrow night, third shift should have come in, no first shift, and then second shift comes in and we work. And of course, both third and second are going to have to work 9 hours because But now we have this weekend off, and we're working next weekend. Now, here's where the problem comes in. This schedule comes out well in advance. So people make plans. They RSVP to weddings. They put deposits down for whatever. And now we're told you're working that weekend. So whatever plans you had, you can fuck right off. Well, I had plans. I had my mind all made up. There is a horror museum in
We talked about that.
in Monroe, Michigan, and that was my plan, that we were going to do that. And then there was, I don't know, I'd have to look it up, some Civil War figure from, I think it was Custer, I don't know, that Roy wanted to go and check, like, his home and a couple homes that he lived in after that, and shit like that. And, well, that's not happening next weekend because I will be sweating my ass off at work.
I'm mad on your behalf.
Yeah, I can't see. I want to go there. This guy has a huge selection of human skulls, a huge collection of vintage, antique Ouija boards. There's a room in there that you have to be 18 to enter because there's like crime scene photos and death scene photos and things like that. Oh, yes, we did talk about this because I was saying that Dimebag Darrell, the stage that he died on, and you didn't know who he was.
And me, who never remembers a name to save my life, ask me how that goes on the casino floor.
So do you want to know what I'm drinking?
What are you drinking?
This is a very strong shot of coffee, like very strong. Ice, obviously. A little bit of coffee creamer, and about 3/4 of a can of Dr. Pepper.
Hmm.
This is so good.
Tea. You know, I was thinking about this last night. I hyperfixate a lot on various things. And then I switch. And then I couldn't remember what that was for. What group of people hyperfixate? And I'm like, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I totally do it.
I would say if you one thing and then switch to another, I would think that would be ADHD.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, I think I need to get diagnosed with that because I really, like, I've looked it up and, like, all the symptoms. I have, like, the majority of them. And I know we've talked about that before. And I
Hmm.
probably, honestly, could I have it? Sure. Is this more of an excuse of why I compulsively shop? Probably. I'm looking for something to blame it on. Because did I already go on and buy a bunch of shit today? I did. I bought a couple of things from Amazon. The vapes that Miss Jenny got me hooked on. Because, okay, they're cool as shit. Jenny, show yours.
My zombie makeup look.
Yeah, see, and I've got our logo on here.
My
It's a
grandson.
grandbaby.
That is a grandbaby. Oh, you don't care about that one.
See, in mine, because of this light right
Son,
here.
his wife. Oh, it's another baby.
Yes, that's Sweet Pickle. And then me and Gary Allen. Oh, I like that one.
That one's
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
I've got like my, oh, That's the kids. Yeah. So it's a thing. You get it. There's an app you can get on for your phone, and then you upload your pictures to this thing. And you know what? Oh, I know I want small business sponsor things, but if these guys would sponsor us, Fire Rose,
That would be cool. Because
oh,
all you have to do, you can buy this separate. You get your first one, you want a complete device. There is a barcode that you scan, and then it allows you to download your pictures. You can check your juice, your battery, how many puffs you've done, all
yep,
kinds of stuff.
yep, where
And then
your
just,
vape is. Like
yep, to find your vape.
yeah, we were talking about that in our uh,
There it
pre-record
goes right
bullshit
back.
session. Because yeah, we bullshit here, but we bullshit before and we bullshit after.
There's a lot of bullshit.
Because and and I think it's because when you had your other job and you had more of a set schedule and the same days off. Was there times that we didn't every day? Sure, but it was way more than what we do now. So now it's like we got to catch up on everything, all the
Hmm.
bullshit we've both been through, and then like while we're recording, I've already thought of two or three things that I forgot to bring up before. So you're gonna hear about them later.
Hmm.
But yeah, shopping is my problem. I saw a couple of things today on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if they have them on Amazon, and they did. And one of them is reflexology socks.
Are
It's
you like a copper fit type thing?
no, the sock has like the outline of where different
Oh,
like the
okay.
acupuncture, and then it comes with
So,
tools that you rub on that spot. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it because I don't like my feet touched, but it might work
I was
really
gonna
well.
say, you can't see my ape toes at the moment. Because they're like, no.
But my thought was, okay, that was only $10 for the socks, and it comes with like two different tools to fuck with and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, that might be fun. I don't really like feet, but if like, well, Roy has the broken foot, so I can't do much with that one. But the other one I can have him put on, and I don't know, because reflexology is a thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and I know that like so many of the problems start in the feet, as
yeah,
far as like back problems, and it even fucks with digestion. So there's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, don't touch my feet, and you know I don't want to touch yours.
yeah. Well, I'm thinking with these socks, it might not be that bad. But yeah. And then I also ordered a perfume, and then I ordered some stickers. And then I have like I think it comes every 3 months, the Egyptian magic balm or whatever it is. That shit's amazing. Amazing.
What does it do?
Um, you can use it to remove makeup. You can use it as like a primer if you do a really thin layer. You can put it on cuts, scrapes, bruises. It's fucking amazing. I know you can buy it at Walmart. If you don't have it, you can't get it if you're not by a Walmart, you can get it on Amazon. It's fucking wonderful. Yeah. And then I just got to talk about one more thing, and then you can get into your stuff. Okay, so I don't know, a couple weeks ago now, there was we bullshit before we go into work. There's four of us ladies that sit out there, and Jacob. I can't forget Jacob. He's quiet, but he listens. He lets us tens do our thing. He's a younger guy. Love him to death. But anyway, we're talking about grounding sheets. You can get them on Amazon, and they're sheets that you put on your bed. They're just regular sheets, but there's something in them that has like the same as walking barefoot on grass. it has the same effect. And I'm thinking, okay, that would be great, but these sheets are like $100. I'm not spending $100 until I know this grounding thing, as far as not okay, words. Okay, we all know like there's many benefits from going outside and walking barefoot in your yard or in a forest or park or whatever. So I wanted to see if these things that claim to be grounding, if they work. So one of the things was a grounding mat.
I've seen those. Never
Okay,
seen sheets before.
I recommend it 1,000%. I bought a grounding mat. If anyone is interested, I can send you a link from Amazon. I make nothing off of it, but I'm going to tell you it was $30, which is a far cry from the 100 for the sheets. Now, if the
Mm-hmm.
sheets work as well as this grounding mat, I would spend 500 because what I've been doing is I've been putting it on my bed and sleeping on it.
Oh, okay.
Because I really don't have the time to stand around and just stand on it or anything like that. So I plug it in before I go to bed and I
Are you
sleep
putting
on
it?
it.
Okay.
Well, remember me talking about the bone spurs?
Oh, yeah.
My feet, I gotta knock on some wood, have not hurt all week long.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay.
All like now there has been one or two nights. I want to say last week when we recorded, I got in a little late and I didn't, and I could tell the difference the next day. So anyone that is interested in this grounding mat, send us a message on the page or whatever.
Well, shoot me a link.
Comment on YouTube, whatever. I will send you a link. This thing is fucking amazing.
All right, send it on
It's
over.
it's amazing. I will send you the link. I will send you the link because it's made a huge difference.
Maybe it would help with my getting headaches when I'm doing looks. I can put it in front of my dresser.
Yeah, because if you're sitting at the table, you can just have it on the floor. It's got like a 15-foot cord.
Who said sitting?
Oh, you don't sit when you're doing
No,
makeup?
no.
Well, you could stand on it then.
Because I often have music playing in my head and I'm dancing to my own beat, playing with makeup.
Okay, well, dance on the mat.
Yeah. But I always end up getting a headache, so yeah.
Yeah, but this grounding mat, it's. I mean, there's a bunch of benefits from this that you can get, and I can't attest to all of them, but I will tell you, since I've been using this, I do not have the pain in my heel that I had before I started using it.
That's awesome.
So,
I'm down for that. Because I got a huge freaking knot in my lower back.
yeah,
And it's from work.
yeah, it's supposed to be calming, like all the benefits of when you go outside and do your grounding work out there, like
Mm-hmm.
all the witchy people that do that kind of stuff, the nature lovers, whatnot. It's the same effect, but in a mat.
Yeah, I need that. Because one person putting up my tent is a bitch.
Yeah,
It's a
the
bitch.
I highly recommend one if it's something that you are in the market for. Like I said, let me know. I will send you the link. I make nothing on it. I get no commission, no sponsoring, no nothing. So it's just because I truly believe in this thing. It's been amazing for me. Yeah. See what you got for us.
Where are my lights changing color as I move? See that?
Is it changing?
I just watch. Now it's more blue.
See, for me, it looks reddish or kind of pinkish or something now. Look.
We're never on the same page when it comes to that damn light.
Never. No, because we had this conversation once before. I think in a pre-recording session.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Should we get into the topic?
Absolutely.
Alrighty. So, I think at this point, most people know that Wisconsin is kind of like the serial killer capital. Like, we got some good ones, you know? Um, okay. Yes.
Speaking of serial killer things in Wisconsin, that museum just acquired a piece that was signed by Ed Gein. I was going to tell you about
Ooh.
that, and I forgot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, this isn't a serial killer, so. But it made me think. We have a lot of those. What other kind of weirdos do we got? And then I thought, what kind of weirdos get together and form a cult? Does Wisconsin have a cult? We have two.
Just two?
I know, right? I was surprised. And one is actually so tiny, I couldn't even find the actual name for it. But I'll tell you about that after I talk about this other one. Because, yeah. Okay, so this first one, I got a good portion of the information off of the YouTube channel of WMAR, which is a news station, which is, they have a lot of local stuff and things like that. So, and then not confirm, but like got a lot of the story from Wikipedia because it was easier, going through it. But I had confirmed it on a couple of other sites just to verify a few things. However, one thing I could not verify between any of the sites was the actual year that the cult was formed.
Okay.
So it's actually somewhere between mid 60s, early 70s. Because it varies on the actual news recording that they had done. They state that it's like 66 or late 60s, something along that lines. But then each of the articles that I looked at, it was saying the 70s. So somewhere in there.
So it's crapshoot. It could be.
Yep. But guess what this cult is called?
No clue, because I don't know what it is.
SIST. SIST. They used to have another name, but I'll tell you that in a minute. So SIST actually stands for the Samantha Roy Institute of Science and Technology.
Okay.
But that's not all they were.
Of course
Because
not.
as we know, there's
I was gonna
always
say
a history.
it sounds more like an academic club versus a cult.
Mm-hmm. However, to be fair, I don't know that I would actually claim this as a cult. Like, it's kind of loose terming for it, I would say.
Okay.
And once I get into it, you'll understand. Because, I mean, as far as cults go, on the scale.
So they're not drinking Kool-Aid or anything like that. Okay.
No. And is it weird that that shocked me?
No.
I mean, considering our number of serial killers and weird things like that, like, I was just like, huh? Really? That's it? So, I'm going to apologize in advance. There really isn't a whole lot. However, this cult is located in Shawano. I was going to say Sheboygan. It's not. We go to Wisconsin. We got our names. So this is Shawano, which has a population of 9,243 people, and it is just under 2 hours away from me.
See, the funny thing is, we also have a Sheboygan, but ours is spelled with the CH, not the SH.
I'm going to guess somebody visited and went back and was like, yeah, I like that name,
Could be.
but didn't know how to spell it, and so that's why we got two different spellings.
Could be.
That's my guess. So, this place is a secretive, fundamentalist, Christian-like group that was once called the Disciples of the Lord Jesus Christ. Yeah. The group was founded by a man named Rama Bahira, who was actually converted from Hindu to Christianity. And he started the Disciples somewhere between 60s and 70s. So apparently when he converted, he had this vision, supposedly from God, that he needed to go forth and spread the word, and that other churches and groups were not spreading the true word. Only his was the true word because of this vision. So he actually went to college in India, where he had immigrated to study nuclear engineering. Sorry, he moved here from Jesus Christ, India, to study engineering at Columbia in New York.
Words are hard.
Can we see how many more I can fuck up?
Look,
My
it's
mouth is
late.
bad today.
It's
I'm
late.
sorry.
It's late, so
Guess why he moved to Wisconsin from New York, of all places?
serial killers.
There wasn't enough in New York. No, he moved so that he could start an evangelist movement in an area like Green Bay.
They already
And
have one. It's called the Packers.
very true. Very true. And he ended up settling his compound, we'll say, in Shawano, which is on Highway 55. If anybody's curious. As people were hearing more of this guy talk, he was apparently very convincing and charismatic.
Aren't they all?
They are bastards. They're luring, early 20 somethings, late, teenagers, 19s, things like that into their group. Well, parents are getting upset because their children are leaving their religion, whether it be Baptist, Catholic, whatever. They're leaving this to go over to this weird guy, nobody really knows him. He's got these weird teachings, claiming everybody else is false and whatnot. And so they get scared. They're convinced, that this guy's brainwashing them, yada, yada, yada. So they end up with a group of deprogrammers that are kind of running around town, kidnapping people and shipping them off to different facilities, even in various other states, to deprogram them.
From the cult?
From the cult, yep.
Like, I would like an episode about them.
We'll get there. So there was actually a couple who had been kidnapped, and the deprogramming had worked on the woman. However, it did not work on the man. And he knew, what was going on. And so he finally decided he was going to play along, for his own freedom. Which, to be fair, I mean, wouldn't we all? Once you know the game and the jig is up, all you got to do is say the right words and hasta luego in those types of situations. I mean, it's so easy to fake that. So anyway, he gets him convinced, right? He goes running back to this, what the heck's his name? Bahira, right? He's like, hey, this is what happened. They turned her. I'm still a loyal follower. What are we going to do about this? They then sue the deprogrammers and sue the facilities for kidnapping and unlawful imprisonment.
Fair.
And they win because they're adults. And what is one of the parts of our Constitution? Freedom of religion. Yep. So, yeah, Judge was like, no, you can't do that. We understand you're mad, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Around this same time, the disciples, is what I'm going to call them, have various lawsuits pending throughout the area. And at this point, townspeople are flippin' terrified. They don't know who's going to get kidnapped from where next. And the funny thing is, I couldn't find what group they were actually afraid of. If it's the disciples or the deprogrammers.
Maybe both.
To be fair, I would be scared of both. Because who's to say that the deprogrammers don't know that you're not a member of them and end up kidnapping you when you're just a random person? Or say someone's parent, thinks that you're a member of it and you're not and you get kidnapped.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be scary. I'd fucking move.
Right. Or perhaps you have a friend and they're a member, and you happen to be seen talking to this person in public, and now you're like, oh shit, am I going to be kidnapped next?
Yeah, guilt by association.
Yep. So, I mean, I can see it, afraid from both sides. Are these people going to kidnap me and brainwash me and, indoctrinate me into their cult and, make me believe all this weird heck shit? Yeah, hi, welcome to Wisconsin. We're a trip. So it didn't work. So yeah, in the end, things kind of calmed down a little bit. Lawsuits are still pending and all this fun things. They finally started to get things calmed down though, and we jumped to 1978. Well, there's a lot of shit going on in the 70s. People were not happy. And the compound was kind of what I would imagine like a dare site. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The local high school kids, daring other kids to do various things, In this particular instance, shots are fired. Yep. At the former house. At one point, a pipe bomb is exploded in the field next to the house. Nobody was injured, thank goodness.
No, thank God.
Um, but nobody was charged either. All throughout this time, like they're quiet, not really doing anything. They're just doing their thing on their land, you know, that's it. Just hanging out, living like some weirdos. Um, yeah. So the believers of the cult believed that these instances were a Vatican conspiracy or and white supremacists. They're just openly attacking their group because why not? They're in little old Wisconsin. We're gonna do a whole lot from here. We're gonna grow some corn. 1990 rolls around, uh, and around this time, the children who were in the group, like born into it,
Mm.
are growing up. They're 18, 20. They're like, yeah, I want to go to college. I want to go do this. Um, Thing is, this guy, he created the marriages with people. He would tell people who they were allowed to marry. He would tell them whether or not they were allowed to have children. If they did, he got to name them. hmm hmm So it was hard to see his people leaving, and he decided he was going to change his name to Samantha Roy. And that's when he changed the name to the Samantha Roy Institute. It was in the 1990s. Um, he has lost a lot of them. And as these children are leaving, they're coming out with stories. As
Someone
children
always
do.
does.
As children do, yep. So, some of the reports, I don't want to say alleged, I don't want to say claimed. These are actual reports. That there was just general abuse, beatings, torture, starvation, neglect from both the parents and the leaders. At one point, there is a snippet in one of the articles of a woman recounting a story of how she had displeased Manta, and he had forced her into one of the rooms and pinned her down by sitting on her and proceeded to shock her with a cattle prod all over her body, including sensitive areas. hmm And that one of the other punishments girls would receive if they displeased Manta would be to have their head shaved. In other instances, they would be made to cut the grass with scissors. Yeah, it's fucked up.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So he went to extremes, obviously, to keep his followers in line. But it wasn't just with his followers. So the Southern Poverty Law Center labeled CIST as a general hate group for its anti-Catholic beliefs. According to the SPLC, its general hate designation covers like such a large group because that's kind of how these people are. Like, they don't discriminate in their hate, they just hate everybody equally.
I understand that.
They took it to an extreme. So yeah, they have a rather uniquely hateful doctrine, apparently. And so therefore the beliefs are not easily generally categorized, apparently. He had planned to build a college to be able to spread his beliefs. However, Rama turned Roy eventually changed his name again, this time to Avram Cohen, after having drifted theologically towards Judaism. So at this point, we have Hindu, Catholic, and Judaism. We've spanned 4 years and 3 religions.
That's an indecisive person.
One man.
Very indecisive. Mm-hmm.
But yet, through it, he has managed to keep, a chunk of his followers. That's a lot of jumps in religions. Like, how do you convince people to go from Christianity to Judaism?
Yeah, that's definitely some loyal ass followers.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry guys, it's really fucking hot in here. Hopefully you don't hear. Can you hear that?
Nope, you're good. So he's allegedly not spoken to media since 1982. Yeah, this guy has managed to stay out of sight and behind the scenes for 40 fucking years.
Damn.
Apparently, Cohen still lives in Shawano. This was as of 2012, I believe it was written. I forget how old it said he was. Shit. I meant to put that down too, because I knew he was flipping old. Anyway, in the 2000s, the group started purchasing property throughout the area of Shawano. They purchased gas stations, a hotel, a motorsports complex, multiple restaurants, and a gift shop, which apparently is still open today. Yeah, I was surprised with that. Most have gone bankrupt and closed down. The group then blamed their financial issues on the mayor and officials of Shawano, referring to them as Catholic beasts and neo-Nazis. Alleging that the mayor was planning to destroy CIST. In 2009, the FBI found a hit list. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Which was allegedly authored by members of the group, with 60 people listed,
So
including,
it was a collaborative effort?
apparently, it included the mayor herself. So naturally, the FBI was kind enough to warn the city officials of what was going on, and they evacuated the town.
Okay.
So apparently, FBI got wind of it because of the person that they hired to carry out the hits. Apparently, he was owed money by Sist or Cohen, whichever. And he thought that by taking the contract would be the only way that he could, get this money. And that he actually had turned the list over to the FBI.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is. I only found that in one article, but that was thrown in. So Sist again came into police attention in 2010 when there was an assault on the ex-home of Cohen. And this would be where one of the higher ups in the group, I don't know what to call it, lives, and denies that anything, has to do with the group itself, and that the case has since gone cold. It's kind of interesting how every act of violence and aggression toward this group has gone unclosed.
Okay.
Like every instance where anything has happened, it's remained open, it's unsolved.
So anyone that acted against the group,
Mm-hmm.
is that okay?
Like as far as like vandalism and things like that, like nobody ever got charged with anything.
Okay.
But the group itself totally sued the shit out of people. Totally slandered people. They made videos and things like that to get back at people. Like they made videos calling out the councilman and whatnot of Shawano. It became a giant mudslinging contest, basically.
Just curious, are any of these videos online?
You could try finding some. You gotta kind of look at old Wisconsin news articles.
Okay.
So yeah, the town was evacuated. They say, can't do anything after the home was attacked. In recent times, the group has been subjected to controversy over the mismanagement of local businesses and unpaid taxes. Yup, damn taxes get you every time. I keep telling people, take them out when you hit the jackpot. The group's current executive director, Naomi Isaacson, claims that SIST is not a religious organization and has nothing to do with the disciples. SIST also claims that those who say that they are a religious hate group are just part of a Vatican conspiracy.
Okay.
By the former Toronto mayor, Lorna Marquard, and her followers. So yeah, this Lorna Marquard is supposed to be a agent of the Vatican who is out to get them, and the general council of Shawano is, her posse, I guess. So many former members had spoke out against the group itself for the abuses and things like that. Talked about that one already. No, okay. That was kind of the end of it. Told you, wasn't really a whole lot. I did not see anything that said whether or not this dude has died We're just gonna go with dude because at this point, what the hell do we call him?
Right.
Um,
Snuffleupagus.
there we go. I like that. I like that. That's cute. So yeah. In 1995, so this is shortly after these deprogrammers were causing all the shenanigans in Shawano. They actually, between Wisconsin and Michigan, apparently there is a cult problem in the 90s. Okay. And so a Institute of Cult Deprogramming was opened in Wisconsin, in Madison. I found that interesting. Like the Midwest is so bad with cults, we have to have our own special place where we can send people. Be like, oh, you were in a cult for a few years? Okay, go visit Wisconsin. They'll straighten you back out.
I wonder what that job would actually entail.
It would probably depend on the part. I mean, like, are you going to be one of the kidnappers, or are you going to be, like, one of the therapists, or...
I don't think I could do the kidnapping thing.
Fair, I don't think I could either. Although, it might be fun to drive the getaway car.
That would be fun. I couldn't do the kidnapping thing because I'm not in shape enough to chase people.
I mean,
and
if you do it right, you
assume,
don't have to chase people.
Right. I would
Okay,
assume
maybe I could be good at the kidnapping part.
I would assume that, okay, your pay is based, like, depending on your job. If you're the kidnapper, if you don't get them, you don't get paid. Again, I'm not in shape to chase people.
Oh, honey, you just got to plan it so much better. You wait until they are coming out of a regular location, such as a store, when their arms are full and they do not have the ability to fight back. Therefore, you take a sack, hood, what have you, stick it over their head, wrap a cord around their arms, and then push them into a vehicle, whether it be backseat, trunk, van, whatever. Then, as they're half in, half out, wrap the feet, flip them in, close the door, get the fuck out of Dodge. I said way too much.
Is anyone else scared right now? I'm a little frightened, I gotta say. See, again, I'm out of shape, and my luck, I would get a tall person like Rachel, who's, well over 6 foot tall.
Plan accordingly. That's all I'm saying. Plan accordingly.
The only thing I could do is kick her in the fucking leg, hope she falls.
Kick her in the shin.
And then at that point, I'd be so surprised I did something. She'd get up and fucking run. And I'm not in shape. I'm not chasing her. Are you chasing her? I'm not chasing her. Yeah, I couldn't be a kidnapper. Maybe the whole therapy thing.
In this case, Jill, chloroform would be your best friend.
But again, I gotta.
You don't have to chase nobody. All you got, just jump on their back.
Apparently, you have missed the part when I said I am out of shape. Do I look like I jump? No. I don't jump. I don't run. I don't jog.
Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out a second. I could totally see one of them white vans rolling up alongside a 7-foot tall dude, back end popping open, and Jill jumping out as a spider monkey onto dude's back. And just clamping that cloth over his face, and down he goes, and she just rides him like a bull.
Okay, now we're going to a whole nother situation.
Well, I mean, he's a big dude, so you're going to have to hold on and ride him to the ground until he's completely out.
I mean, I guess I gotta take one for the team, huh? All right. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I've decided I am going to withdraw my resume from this deprogramming group because I don't think I can do it. So I'm withdrawing. Yeah, see, everyone, it's late, and
Apparently, I can be the mastermind to plan all the attempts.
I'm a little scared of you now. No. Yeah, I'm scared.
Pint-sized tornado. So the other cult that is in Wisconsin, that is so small, it consists of 5 women and 2 men. Guess what they do?
Is it sex?
No.
Are they serial killers?
No. They grow flowers.
Well, that don't sound bad.
I know. This is like the world's tamest fucking cult I've
That's
ever
the
heard of.
sweetest.
Yes, they actually all have their own house. They do everything separate with the exception of prayer, just like monks and things like that. They're actually,
Is it really a cult though?
it was labeled a cult, yeah. It was in the list. I was like, what? Yeah, it's actually a handful of people who've come over from like England and where the hell was the other one? I think there was an Australian. Yeah, and they just grow flowers and sell them at their flower shop, and they have a little gift shop. And
See, I'm offended they call that a cult.
I know, right? Like, I'm kind of worried about whoever was in charge of categorizing the groups as cults in Wisconsin, because I feel like they failed.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because even this other place, this other group that can't decide what the fuck they are, like the worst that can be confirmed that they did was not pay their fucking taxes.
Well, hey,
I mean, there's the reports of abuse, but there's no actual
proven.
charges.
Right.
So the only thing they did that can actually be proven is tax evasion.
Okay, but I mean, back to the flower people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anywhere where that's a cult.
Oh, and they sell honey too.
Them evil
Apparently, really
bastards.
fucking good. It's apparently like fucking delicious.
It's getting to be fall, so honey bun cakes are.
Oh shit! Can you mail me a honey bun cake?
If I figure out how to get one like overnighted, I could take it while it was fresh and piping hot. Maybe that's a thing.
We gotta figure this out.
Yeah, honey bun cake. I actually
Although
didn't make many last year.
I could ask a Shelby. Could ask a Shelby. A Shelby. Uh, it is a coworker. We ain't gonna get into my issues with her, but she likes to bake. You have to not piss her off to get her to make baked goods. Last week, she made these marshmallow peanut butter things. She had to bring in a second batch.
Yeah. I have been looking for a specific recipe. Well, I don't know if you could say specific, but again, listening to one of our network shows, I mean, I think you can guess which one. One of the hosts had made a comment about a candy bar that he really, really likes. So I'm trying to figure out a cake I could make that could duplicate it, or where I could somehow incorporate the candy bar in it. But I will say the candy bar is very hard to find around here.
What kind of candy bar?
It's a Sagnut bar.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're very hard to find.
Yep.
Um, but I've been looking up recipes and trying to figure it out. And honestly, it's been so long since I have had one. I don't even remember what the fuck they are, to be honest with you. So I would
Same.
have to find one, eat it, and think, okay, here we go. I mean, I can do it. I know I can do it.
I got some gas station hookup friends.
Um,
Want me to ask?
I I think I know of a couple places I can go get one. Um, I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'm sure I could get it from Amazon.
Probably. To be fair, though, I currently have a request in for with some Texans for some hibiscus tea
Mhm.
because Amazon wants $20 a box for 5 pouches that make 1 gallon each. This tea is fucking delicious, by the way. Um, and it's like $7 in the store. They want $20 a flipping box. Actually, it was 21 something, but
Jesus.
yeah. If you go on eBay, you can get 4 boxes for $60.
Okay.
I would still rather get my hookup in Texas.
Okay, I'm going to ask you real quick. What is the weirdest fucking purchase that you have made on Amazon? Whether it's something you could have just went to the store and bought, but it was 3 o'clock in the morning and you were in your jammies and thought, I need this as soon as possible, kind of thing. And just whatever. The weirdest thing you have ever purchased from Amazon. Okay. Um, so the weirdest thing that I have purchased from
My hair.
Amazon. Huh?
Hair.
Hair?
Yeah.
I have not bought that, but the weirdest thing, and I did not buy it for myself.
Didn't get it
Um,
yet. Can you tell?
um, okay, so my husband and his, like the stepdad's family, they do their yearly 4th of July thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's an outhouse and all this stuff. Well, during one of the storms that we had, the little porta potty, outhouse, whatever you want to call it, got destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So in the spring, my brother-in-law and Roy a little bit, but not a whole lot, made one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Roy is a germaphobe.
Mm-hmm.
So a urinal. It was a urinal that goes in. That is my weirdest purchase on Amazon.
I've seen those. Yep.
Yep. Yep, that's my weirdest purchase. And it got sent directly to my brother-in-law, who his first name is Jesse. I had it addressed to Jessica, and he didn't even notice.
See, now, if I did that and sent it to my brother's house, they would notice because my brother is Jesse. His wife is Jessica.
Well, see, that would be no fun then, because
It's like, really, you guys? Really?
well, and the joke there is, apparently my brother-in-law was supposed to be a girl,
Hmm.
and his name was supposed to be Jessica, so he got Jesse instead. So that's my joke anytime I can make it.
You know, come to think of it, I don't know what my name was supposed to be because I was supposed to be a boy. My mom's doctor was going to bet her $100 I was going to be a boy.
Hmm.
And she can confirm that in the comments below. So, Mom, when you confirm this, please tell me what was my name supposed to be if I was going to be a boy? If you can remember.
Yeah, I I don't know what I was supposed to be, but I do know that, okay, if you know me, my maiden name was Corn. My mom was gonna name me Carmel.
Yeah. Yeah.
My brothers picked my name instead, so thank you.
It's my understanding my dad picked my name.
Yeah. See, and you're right around that time when Jenny was a popular name.
Oh, I guess it was. Good Lord.
I mean, when I was in school, there was never any less than 3 Jenny/Jennifers in my class. Um,
I had
oh,
200 Jennies in my class.
I mean specifically classroom.
Oh, yeah, small town here.
Never less than 3. At least 2 Michelles, always several Jasons.
I share a
Um,
birthday with Michelle. We were actually born across the hall from each other.
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was yeah, that your name is very popular. Now, when I was in school, in elementary, I don't remember any other Jills in the whole school, but I could be wrong. I didn't know everybody, but elementary is like,
Yeah. See, and I don't remember any Jills either.
there was, I think, 3. Nope, 4 when I was in middle school,
Okay.
and probably the same for maybe 5 once I got to high school.
Wow. See, we had Jenny E, Jenny B, and Jenny C.
Now, the weird thing, um, Roy was never a serial dater. Um, Roy has had 2 girlfriends. One of them he married. But we both had the same birthday. Well, had. Um, and we both the same first and middle name.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
messed up.
Is that weird?
It is.
That's weird. Yeah. So I guess on that note,
We'll leave you on a weird note.
yeah,
If
weird
you
note.
got something weird, let us know. We would love to hear
Yes.
your weirdness.
Yeah. So if you've ordered anything really weird from Amazon, I don't know why that just popped in my head. Probably because I've ordered some stupid shit. But if you've ordered anything weird like a urinal, maybe I don't know, plungers, I don't know. But if you've bought anything weird, let us know.
We're curious.
Yeah.
And it lets us know you made it to the end of the episode.
Yes. So if you did, congratulations, because yeah,
It was a ride. Welcome
yeah,
to
it was.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a great night, great weekend. Be safe, take care, and we'll see you next episode.
Wow.